she's not competitive because the game is her passion. She's competitive because she's petty.
Which confuses me, but it is what it is.
Of all reasons, you should be competitive in your job because I'm a petty bitch.
Yeah.
Like, that is the greatest thing I've ever heard.
But this is me we're talking about, so it makes sense.
It really is. But still, though.
Ow.
And apparently my Marie's not good enough, so I had to. My Marie is garbage, so I have to use Honestly against your god Rig. Okay, so competitive nerds, Annabelle used to count. Trying to pass the buck like you did. I was gonna ask, so what kind of like inspired you to be, you know, competitive outside of petty?
Okay, fine.
For me, it was just proving a point.
Passive aggressive.
Not to me, just my whole point of being competitive even to this day is just to not only excel even more at high levels, which I already am, but my whole point for the whole tournament, you know, joining tournaments things like that, was just to show what I can do on the biggest stage. That's really just what it is, just to prove myself and see if I need to improve on, you know, and hone your skills even more. That's really what it is for me. So...
I did. You a bitch.
That too,
I mean,
because I'm a bitch.
I mean, that's the thing, you can be strong in a fighting game, granted I'm strong in Tekken and SoulCal, especially in SoulCal, but you know, there are still a few things you can learn and pick upon. And the great thing about fighting games, as everyone knows, is that no matter how good you can be, you can still learn something, you know, so...
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Okay, so what are your reasons, Annabelle? Because I know that
I actually don't even know. I just started hanging around with, like, I don't know. I guess it's the passion for the husbands. I'm just saying, because literally, like, I don't know, because, like, I don't even know how I got competitive. I don't even know how I got in the way of actually being good at the games, you know, and taking them seriously and being good enough to get offline and stuff like that, or was trying to, but, like, I don't even know how it happened. It just did, and then, like, I started meeting certain people, and I started meeting offline tourney players and everything else, and they kind of, like, took me under their wings, and they were, like, certain one, which I don't want to mention, especially him, he saw a lot of potential in me, and I don't know, I guess I never actually did it for a reason. I did it because
it kind of just happened.
Yeah. And I mean, I love the character, so I'm like, I aspire to be, like, so amazing with them. Like my passion, like, I guess it started off with Lee. My passion is so strong for Lee that I just wanted to become the best with him, whether I was offline or online. I just wanted, and I fell in love with Rick. It is the love for the husbands, because it's these only characters. Because remember, no, because listen, because, like, I played DOA, but I never took it seriously until I saw Rick. I was like, okay. Yeah, I did. There was one point where I was trying to be an offline tourney player for it, too. And I think that's how I got decent with Rig.
I don't know, man. Me and Louis say otherwise, and we're actually tournament players.
I never said you're godlike with Rig, but I do say your Rig is decent. Like I said, when it comes to me, there's no bias, there's an honest analyzation in terms of gameplay. So, like, I'm honest, you know me, so...
But, like, yeah, so like I said, I never take a game seriously until I find, as you've always stated, if it ain't husband material, I'm not gonna deal with it, you know?
I mean...
as your words said, Neo.
I mean, word, but I mean, it's not wrong. I mean, I guess that's for me, because I guess I kind of fit in that competitive light-ish. Competitive light adjacent. So, I guess as far as I go.
And also,
that-
it kind of started off too, because I used to be a streamer, and I had an like back in the days, like I had an audience and stuff like that, and it was also kind of like I got good to a point of where I was helping people and stuff. I think it was also that too, is since I was someone, my help wasn't really help. I was just one of those people that offline tourney players could bully, you know, and then they would talk like major shit, and they wouldn't even help me or anything else like that. And if I would win against them, or you know, I started to be able, when I actually started getting good, I wasn't getting my wins. Like, oh, you know, I'm sandbagging against you, or you know, like I gave you that. I'm like, you know, it was kind of always those things. I was never good enough, I guess, somehow. Even if I did win or I did show improvement or anything else like that, it was, oh, you know, I gave that to you, oh, you know, you really didn't get that, or this or that. And kind of the help, kind of out of the help I would just get, it just fucking sucked, you know, and it made me feel awful. But like I said, I think the reason why a lot of offline tourney players, and that's kind of why I think I got oversensitive with the false sense of hope, because that's exactly what they gave me when they really never helped me and they were just bullying me. So they would give me the false sense of hope that I was doing something, or I was getting better in a sense of a way, because they just wanted to bully me or whatever, you know. But I guess I also I really wanted to get good so I could help other people, because as I said, when I grew that audience, I had a lot of people who they kind of looked up to me in a way, and when I started learning things, and I really wanted to help them, you know. I think that's also why I wanted to get good, because I'm always one of those people, like, I'm willing to help. See, like, everyone's like, well, you don't like helping people at work. I'm like, well, that's work. That's a whole different thing, and I have to deal with assholes. But if it's, like, on something I enjoy and I love, and I think that's also why I wanted to get good at games like this, because it's what I love. Not only helping people in them, but also striving for myself, you know?
My exact goals. You know, like, I've helped people win the tournament scene, but, like, again, I don't like beat around the bush or talk about it, because, like I said, to me now, it's just meaningless. At the end of the day, it's all in the past, so I couldn't give two shits.
Yeah.
I mean, do you remember, even when it comes to, well, I wouldn't say Mishimas, so not Hayachi David and Kazuya, but they'd say the greatest Kazuya player of all times from the UK, my country, Reinhardt, so
yeah,
kind of speaks for itself.
Reinhardt's a sweetheart.
One of my boys, I only met him once though. It was a local tournament, what, 3 years back? But yeah, I was
I
too
know
scared
many
to
people
actually
don't like him, but
I like him. Guy is fucking cool, man. And again, humble beginnings. So
yeah, for sure.
Cool.
I think also why I did it too is because, like I said, I love it so much that I wouldn't. People say that you should find what you're good at in life and make a career out of it. So I've always wanted to do streaming and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I thought becoming like really good at that would get me somewhere, you know. Like if you love it and you're willing to put the passion, dedication into it, why can't you make money off it? I'm like, then I realized, unfortunately, it's kind of hard nowadays, especially for female streamers, because like as I said, the reason why, because exactly, that's the problem, is that, so, we know I'm a big girl, right? And even when I wear shirts that aren't tank tops or anything else like that, my bras push my breasts up in such a way that they're just very prominent, you know? So, the reason why I don't show my face is because you're gonna see my boobs, you know? And I don't want to be known as like, oh, it's just another titty streamer, oh, it's just this. I'm like, I want to be known for my skill, you know, because if it hasn't been very obvious, the amount of work and passion I put into what I do, especially with the characters I love, to be flashy and be different and unorthodox, to play my characters in such a way that's never been played before, it means a lot to me. But I just don't want to go out and then everyone's just like, oh, it's just another titty streamer, or, you know, this or that. Like, nothing wrong with that if that's your thing, but I'm just like, I don't want to get discredited and get overlooked as, you know, some other wannabe anime Ayago face, cute, kawaii, cosplay e-girl that's just, you know, doing it for simping and money, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to do it because it's my passion. It's my...
You're not Pokemon.
Yeah. I'm not that. No, I want to do it because I love the games and I love putting the dedication and work into them, and that's what I've always been, is like dedication and work, especially with this. Like, yeah, I may like get gush over the characters because, you know, husband material, that's how I choose them, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna, you know, you get what I mean?
Yeah. See, the thing is with that too is I love like streaming on game. It's really not really. It's really not for the good factor. Honestly, I want to say like 90% of the people I do just watching to kind of follow along the bust of your line. But then again, 90% of what I watch on like Twitch and stuff are like 90s retro games. I think I have like some like Japanese streamers that are like mad busted, like she plays like old school like shoot 'em up, like the arcade stuff. And I'm like, oh my god, I didn't know you could do that shit, bro. She's like,
See,
yeah,
but you're
man,
the rare dude who's not gonna just look like at her tits, you know?
Yeah.
You respect her for what she does. Whereas the moment most men see, especially unfortunately male ones in the gaming community, when they see a woman trying to get known or stream or something like that, if you see any type of cleavage or anything, it's like, oh, you're trying to sell sex with video games, or oh, you're trying to do this.
Yeah, they're either gonna simp or they're gonna try and degrade you.
Yeah. You are an absolute gamer girl. Ugh, God, that name.
Yeah. Like those dudes, unfortunately, and unfortunately, you need to build an audience, you know. And unfortunately, it's really hard, because even for men it's hard, because it's like, oh, you have a little bit of stomach so you're fat and fucking lazy, or oh, you have a beard so you don't take care of yourself because you don't like to shave, or oh, you're not super beefy and swole so you're fucking lazy and all you do is waste your time on video games, or oh, you don't have a girlfriend and all you do is fucking stream, so therefore you're a no life, and you know, it's like, it's just so stupid. And it's hard for girls, but it's a lot harder for men, unfortunately. Because if you don't, and I don't even mean to be mean or like name drop or anything else, but if you don't look like like a lollipop, and yeah,
and stuff,
and this and that, like, oh, you don't have big enough tits, or so I'm not gonna watch you, or like, oh, your face isn't pretty enough, so I'm not gonna watch you. Oh, that
just
outfit's so pretty. Like,
nigga, you ain't had to flip me while you said that. Fuck you.
Oh, it's so pretty. You can flip me back.
But no. However, Karma, counter argument. This one goes out to LTG.
Fucking asshole.
LTG is the epitome of, yeah, you can still look like you got ran over by a mud covered bus.
Did you really just say that?
My nigga is not a peanut butter complexion. He is a downgraded mudslide waiting to happen.
Did you see the way you bounced off a tree, though?
My nigga is getting closer. I'm about to start calling my nigga pre-darky. Nigga looks like he came straight out of a Twitch rapper. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Oh my gosh.
See, I respect Emery. Emery's a humble ass nigga.
He is. He's a sweetheart. I love him. And he's so cool. He's just so chill and funny, and you know.
And I take a mad offense to like people who mess around with like, as well, there's city streamers and there's jailbait streamers. Like one of my friends kind of fits into that category. She doesn't like shoot out for that crowd, but she is flat. Honestly, so flat she makes me look like I got bruised. But that's not the point. So like, I was chilling with her one day, and she was like, "Yeah, I got made fun of on Tuesday because I'm like, how do you use? What did you do? Ain't you like also 30?" I was like, "Yeah, but you forget, I'm short as shit." Oh yeah, that's true. But she's like 4'11". So she'll sit there, she'll mind her own business, and she gotta make fun of her stream. And she was playing Street Fighter 5, and I'm like, okay, bet. And someone was just like, yeah, we got a like 13-year-old jailbait trying to grab people. I'm like, but she's like, but I'm 30. She's like, oh, so you're literally doing this on purpose. I'm like, what? People genuinely say that shit. I don't understand how people come up with the mindset that they can say that shit they do. So which adds another reason to my men are the worst, I wish I was a lesbian argument. I don't know. I'm just me though. Like, I'm an old competitive player who believes in style over substance. Like, being casual gives you more of a stylish approach. Like, if you're competitive, you can still be stylish. Don't get me wrong. Fucking what's his name? Ninja something. Ninja who's like heavy in Mortal Kombat as a competitive player. Like, he'll do some really cool shit. However,
Grab.
oh, shit. There. It's just. Ugh.
So, and I think that's what I don't even think I'm competitive. I think I'm casual competitive. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, you can be casually competitive. Like, you can be serious but have fun at the same time.
I think that's exactly what I am.
Like, if you are like deep in the heart of the competitive scene and you're sitting there and you keep track of all the players, all the stats, and all the who them on the hell what six and shit. I dig the vibe, but couldn't be me, bro.
I think that's exactly what I am.
Like, I think if we were to put these settings up, Louis would be the competitive for that over 9,000 messages within 3 days. Back in on PS3 when DOA 5 went Ultimate. I'm a master of that. And
Like this one?
It really does. No, like when
Nice.
yeah, when Honoka launches it, the map. It's like when
I like
DOA
this.
5. Yeah, similar to that, but I can do the Dragon Cake. I want to do it. When that shit happened, it was great. So I decided to say, you know what, bet. Y'all want to give trolls a bad name? I got you. I'm gonna give you a reason to like a troll. So I stepped into the tournament scene. I fucked some niggas up, ow, my titty, and was competitive along the way. And I trolled competitive players along the way. I trolled the shit out of Sonic Fox once, and that was legit. But then again, Sonic Fox is garbage. I don't care what anyone says. Fuck that furry, bro.
Furry to furry. Furry on furry. Violence.
Yeah, word. Like, I was just another furry, but I didn't say that shit. I usually keep my low key, unlike him, who literally made like the 180 days of I'm gay. Lord, what's he annoying when he did. Don't do that. So I did it for like 4 years, messed around offline, won some, lost some, went about my business. Yay. However, I do mean that, the competitive scene was really fucking boring. Like, you know it's bad when you just hanging around some stale ass niggas talking numbers and setups and shit all day. I can't do it. I'm not sure if you went through that really, but there'll be some people in an offline. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, you got a break from the penny, bro." What do you want to talk about? Let's talk about this game some more. Oh, what you thinking? Let's talk about these like guaranteed setups.
Oh yeah, I always discuss with some people. Like I did teach, in my arcade before I got burnt down to a crisp a few years back. But again, my motivation as to teach certain people if they wanted the help. That is, you know, I didn't go out of my way if they asked me. I'm more than happy to help them. Was just a small way of giving back to the scene that gave a lot to me. That was really just what it was. But again, I distanced myself from all of it now. I'm nowhere near close to the tournament scene. Like I said, I'm more out of my way in calling assholes out for their bullshit, especially just saying if they generally deserve it, you know. But you know, it's again, unfortunately, I had this rap where a few years back, everyone had this thing where if you was a tournament player and you was fairly successful, either winning or placing high, you'd be considered a bit of a dick, or you have like a douchebag personality. People will be saying to me that I was a fucking asshole. I'm like, then firstly, you don't know me, but if you want to say that I'm an